I do not cover Kaiju number 8 on a regular weekly basis, but this particular chapter prompted me to make a video upon it because this was so damn cool. So hello and welcome to Undervisey, my name is Soham and today we are going to talk about Kaiju number 8, chapter number 17. Now if you're new here then please consider subscribing to the channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content. Also we're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, so a like and sub would be massively appreciated. Now on to the video. So I've been a fan of this series from the month of July or August and I've been enjoying this series at my own pace. I usually don't make review videos for this particular series on a weekly basis, but I am really enjoying the story so far. If you have seen my introductory video on this particular series, then you know that I'm a huge fan of the tokusatsu genre and subsequently I'm a huge fan of this particular series as well. But there is something very interesting going on here. Yeah, for others this might seem very typical because this particular chapter kind of follows the typical climax structure or the 3-act structure which is generally associated with any literature, but it follows it pretty well and I'm really impressed by the story which is being told to us so far. Now of course the chapter picks up from where we left last week in chapter number 16. Iharu is taking a last stand against the mushroom-headed guy. He's actually the unnamed humanoid kaiju, but I'm still going to call him the mushroom-headed guy. It's just easier for me and I feel like that's a better name for him. So Iharu is basically taking his last stand in front of the mushroom-headed kaiju and he's trying to defend Reno, who is literally helpless at this moment. Reno is very badly hurt at this moment, but he's not dead yet. And currently we get to understand the fact that this mushroom-headed guy is not intending to kill this particular character, or he's not intending to kill anyone for that matter currently, but rather he wants to abduct Reno and he wants to conduct some experiments upon him. He's very keen upon the human psychology and there's something very big going on here. I really won't be surprised if down the line this particular series evolves into a total alien invasion arc where a different subspecies is trying to take over the planet and they're trying to find the right spot or right experimentation upon the human species and they're trying to mingle with us, if you know what I mean. But currently things are looking very interesting and very dire for this group and Iharu is taking his last stand. He tries a quick shot at him but he's once again shot down by the mushroom-headed guy and things are looking very bad for him. There's some very good back and forth action here. Yeah, the art looks a little dull, a little lesser quality than what we have seen in the previous chapters, but overall the fighting or the action is much more focused here and I'm really happy about it. The one thing which I really like about this series is the lack of action lines. Yeah, it is found somewhere or the other, but those hash lines are not as prevalent as some of the other battle shonen or action manga, and I'm really happy about something like that. I have generally become very accustomed to those action lines and I'm kind of tired of them right now. So it's very awesome for me to see the actual background once in a while. And obviously the characters are drawn in a very magnificent fashion and I'm very intrigued by this mushroom-headed kaiju, to be very honest. Initially he didn't really had some sort of an eye, but now after having this particular battle, I think he's developing or he's growing some sort of a periphery vision and somehow he's able to deduce or understand the actions of his opponent and he's able to respond in a quicker manner. I think that's the case going on here because down the line we see something very interesting. But currently this mushroom-headed kaiju, he's currently trying to decapitate or demobilize Reno because he wants to abduct him to his whatever spaceship or whatever it is, and he wants to take him as a specimen for whatever things he wants to do or whatever experiments he intends to do with him. There is obviously something which I don't understand here. The mushroom-headed guy obviously says that not a strong enough shot while he's trying to pin down Reno. Is this guy currently incapable of killing someone or what exactly is going on? I'm not very sure. But in the next panel we see that Iharu is mustering his very last strength and he's taking his final shot at this mushroom-headed guy. Obviously this was his specialized bullet. I'm really sorry if I don't remember or if I don't recall correctly if this is the electricity shot or the eye shot. I kinda get confused with that and I really don't have the time to refer once again, so please my pardon or my apologies here. I think he is specialized in the electricity shot, but I might be wrong here. But either way, he tries to take his last shot, but he is swiftly gunned down. He is totally out of his energy, he is totally out of any strength, and he sees imminent doom. He is totally down. In the last scene, he says that, "Please God, it can be a demon or even the devil himself for all I care. Please just save Reno." He says, please save my friend Reno, and then the mushroom headed guy says that you can die now. And the mushroom headed guy is about to take a shot, but just then someone appears. Obviously it's not the god, obviously it's not the devil, but it's a monster. This panel is freaking amazing. Cue in the Ultra Instinct theme or whatever hype shonen theme which you want. It can be from Naruto, it can be from One Piece, it can be from Dragon Ball, but you understand my point here. He is appearing at the back of this particular mushroom headed guy, and this panel looks heavenly. This is awesome. I really wish that this speech bubble, this big speech bubble was not here. Otherwise I would have screenshotted this and taken this as my wallpaper. But alas, this is freaking awesome. And Kafka literally one-shots this guy. His head is decapitated, and this was freaking awesome. Obviously Iharu is very shocked by all of this. He's not sure what is going on, or he's not even sure who this guy is. Of course for him he's another kaiju, and he's very scared that anything might happen. Literally anything can happen. But Reno, in his last breaths, like obviously he's not dead, but he's in a very critical situation. Reno says that, crap, I'm so weak. I thought that I could prevent it from happening, but in the end he had to come. He had to transform. I really like the chemistry between these two guys. Their interactions, their relationship is really awesome in my opinion, and it's possibly one of the best or wholesome brotherly relationship that we have seen so far. I really like this scene. I'm really a big fan of all of this. And in the very end, the chapter ends with a very ominous quote. Well, the mushroom headed guy or our humanoid kaiju says that, so you're the one, huh? You're the kaiju number 8. And bam, that's the name drop. This was awesome. This was freaking awesome. Yeah, comparatively this particular chapter was a little lower in the art department in some scenes. I'm not saying as a whole, because that last scene of Kafka was heavenly. I think most of the time was dedicated to that particular scene, but throughout the chapter it was a little bit on and off, but I really enjoyed this chapter as a whole, and which compelled me to do this or make this review in the very first place. Now obviously there's a lot of things that is going on here as well. In the previous chapter we get to know that Iharu had fired the flare, and obviously the other team members had seen something like this, and the connection has been cut off from both Iharu as well as Reno. Obviously Kafka understood this immediately because this scenario was very similar to something which happened with Shinomiya. So I was obviously expecting to see him here, but this arrival was really awesome. I'm super happy with the direction this particular series is taking so far, and please don't get cancelled. Currently I don't want an anime for this series. Let it go up until say 100 chapters. After that we all will hope for an anime, but currently please don't get cancelled. I'm really loving this series so far, and I really want to see where the series ultimately lands up. We can really have a lot of dark tones involved here along with the additional comedy, but I'm really liking the series so far. But this is it for chapter 17 of Kaiju number 8. What are your thoughts about it? Please mention them in the comment section below. So that's it for today guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more. This is WonderYZ, and I'll see you soon in the next video.